Alright, and we should be live, and welcome to today's live stream, ladies and gentlemen. I think everything should be visible now. So I am currently remaking one of the levels. Oh shit, I have to install the game, okay. So I'm currently remaking one of the levels from Hitman 2. That is Kirov Park meeting. And I'll be rebuilding the level inside Unreal Engine 4. I've already gathered some reference images, so I'm looking at the lighting, the trees and everything. I'll also find something chill to listen to. Alright, so the lighting on the level will be a bit of an overcast, snowy day. So, you can see everything clearly, everything is lit up, but as you can see there, there is no shadow because there is no sunlight and it's complete hazy or overcast day. This is actually a sunny day. As you can see, like there are sunlight coming from this direction, from the south west direction in this image. This is a more accurate image, so the clouds are basically an overcast. So I'll be using these pictures as a reference to build my level. So I'll launch the engine right now. Hopefully the game is also downloaded. Yeah. Okay. But the problem with the game is that, since it's a really old game, I have to make sure that the game runs smoothly on modern hardware. So where is it? Stream canvas, wallpaper, nexus, meter. Yeah, there is encoder, RTSS. So basically I'm using a software called as Reaver Tuner Statistics to kind of I'll start a new project. Okay, I have two instances of Unreal Engine 4 open right now. So it's a game. We'll go with a third-person perspective. Scatter content, desktop, max quality, ray tracing. Let's enable it. Blueprint, Unreal Engine 4. Okay, let's go here. New Kirov Pro UE4 project. I'm making it separate so it doesn't get mixed up. Kirov Park project. Okay, let's create the project. Yeah, so UE4 is working. I need to make sure that okay, that's not loading. It should work. %, CPU usage. Okay, that's not something I see every day. Okay, shaders are compiling. RDSS is opened up. Okay, let's gather some references. So I'll start the game. As you can see, the game is running at around like what, 1000 FPS. I think the game should be visible to you guys. And if you're seeing the game like in a really small box, that's okay, because I'll disable the music. Okay, anti-aliasing. Okay. Ah shit, I have to start the game first. Try changing resolution, color depth, and yeah. So this is the problem with old games right now. Oh wow, it's working. Unfortunately, I'll have to. Okay, so this is awkward. Okay, so this is the game right now. Hitman 2 Silent Assassin was released in the year 2000. And as you can see that, this is one of the first level of the game. This is the first level of the game, the Guntrano Sanctuary. And obviously we can't do this. Okay. So instead of that, we'll be trying something else. So let's resume the music. Let's open up Paint and some good Google research. Okay, so this is the map. Temple City. That's motorcade intersection. Okay, let me check one more thing. I don't have Hitman right now. Yeah. Okay. Hitman 2 full save. The thing is, I've completed the game on my like the original CD that I had, but since I've downloaded it on Steam, I do not have okay. So these are just the reference images that I downloaded earlier, nothing sneaky or suspicious about any of them. Okay, that's quite a large file size for... Okay, so these are the reference images that I'm taking, and this is the Kremlin, which is an actual building in this particular level. So I'll also take an example of that. Okay, why is this save file so big? Okay, so that's also a good reference point. Kremlin ref. So obviously at this point my workflow is going to be, you know, take reference images first, start the game, play the level a bit, you know, get to know the get a feel about the entire level first. Like the area I'm currently playing, why the fuck it is so big? It's definitely a virus. Okay, I'll avoid that. Okay, on second thought, I'll just start my save game. Just let me get my hard drive first, and I'll disable the full screen for a while. Okay, I guess this works. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I have here games, games all. Hitman 2, save, copy. Where's my scheme folder? Okay. Scheme maps, common, man to silent assassin, and there we go. It should work now, and our UE4 editor is also up and running. So I'll just wait here a bit. Look. Okay, that's good.
47, this is Diana from agency.
Now everything is working as...
Very good, 47.
And we're not taking any items because we're not playing the game, and everything should be good to go. Okay, so this is the level that I will be rebuilding from scratch, and don't worry about the resolution, guys. I'll try to find a fix later on. So this is the map. So this is the Kirov Park. Basically the mission is you have to assassinate someone, or like 2 targets. One is like a mobster, another is a KGB general. They are meeting in this Kirov park, and it's a restricted area. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 entrances that are guarded by Russian soldiers. 3 of them are guarded by the Russian soldiers. One is guarded by a pair of bodyguards. Both the targets arrive by limousine. As you can see, there is the general's limousine, and there are quite a few number of guards. And this is the kind of like copy of the Kremlin in this area. So one of the ways is, obviously this level is not going to be a playable level, so this will be more like a level designing demonstration, and obviously me trying to polish up my skills a bit, because it's been a long ass time since I have built something inside UE4, or have used Blender for that matter. So yeah, so there is one sniper point here, and obviously I can't enter. If I do, these guards will say fuck off. Yeah, I'm going to, don't worry. Okay, so I'll use a cheat called IP time multiplier. So time speeds up by 5. So this is the other target, this guy, right? Right, and there is the other sniper tower. So basically it's a radio tower. Fuck off. So it's a radio tower you can use, and originally this level was made in 2000, so there is not a lot of character density or anything like that. I'll just kill my targets as well, which is quite funny in a way. I'll also turn back the time normally, so okay, both the targets are dead. I don't have to worry about anything. Okay, now everything is fit and fine, and these guys will keep on following me. Since I'm invisible right now, I don't have to worry about a thing. So as you can see, the level is quite big. So you have one entrance here, this road is blocked, this is the radio tower, and this is the kind of like an external area. So what I'm trying to do is basically give life to this level. So what my vision will be is to add in a bunch of NPCs or non-playable characters, such as civilians, or ladies, gents, kids just walking around the park, just doing normal stuff, some cars, buses, or anything. That's at a later stage, but most importantly the focus is this park. So adding oomph to this park, because right now it's completely dead and it doesn't look anything like a park right now. I'll also do another thing. I'll just okay, so this doesn't look anything like a park right now, apart from being in snowy Russia. So there are a few assets that I'll be making. So first is this lamp. I'll be taking a lot of reference images. So these trees, I forgot the type, what they're called. So these trees are going to be one. These walls, which are quite simple to make. So basically one column, and then a cuboid, another cuboid, another cuboid connected with the columns. One interesting thing is this broken wall, which basically provides a view to the radio tower from where we can snipe. So obviously my focus will be this entire part of the island, basically. So we have the park, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buildings are on this island. We are not focusing here, so we are just focusing here. So let's just jump to Unreal Engine. Hopefully everything is visible right now. So we'll go to file, click on new level, and we'll do an empty level. We'll go from lit to unlit mode, and we'll start our base building. So one of the most crucial things about level designing is, getting the scale right and starting slow, because at this point we are not focusing on building something that's ray traced or super hyper realistic or whatever. We're just making simple blocks to get the idea about what the level will be like, and playtest from here to Hitman 2 and again here to find out that everything is working fit and fine. So okay, first we go to volumes. We can see there are tons of stuff here, like important things to notice for the timing are light mass, importance, volume if you want to do some tests related to our lighting. But others are sky sphere normally, but not required at the time. And yeah, that's it for the start, I'd say. So we'll start with the normal BSP brush. So geometry editing is one, so you don't go here. So here's your normal cube. This is basically a static mesh right now, so you can't edit it, elongate it, or do anything with it, but a good reference point. So we'll go to geometry box. Yeah, so these are called BSP brushes, and I still don't know what BSP stands for. BSP, what I know for is basically binary space partitioning. But these are kind of like brushes that you can use. You can set a value to them, so you can elongate them from on the x-axis, y-axis, or the z-axis. So now you're wondering, how the fuck do I make levels from this to this? And this is where completely, a ton of principles for game designing come into play. So first is keep it simple, but create a good reference first. So this is the BSP brush we want, right? So we'll just go here, and I'll go to geometry editing mode. I'll just click on the top, put it down a bit, put here. So basically what I'm trying to do is just create a floor first and then go my way around the world. You can also use a terrain for the matter, which is a way better idea, because you'll be using texturing and other tools to height map and do all sorts of stuff. So okay, so there we are. Now another thing starts is basically knowing how big this floor is, because right now it looks very big, but if I start playing the level it might be very small or very large. So in order to know that, the good thing is you go to content, mannequin, character, meshes, and you just drag and drop this mannequin. So the mannequin's height is around 6 feet, or I forgot how many Unreal Engine units it's supposed to be. So right now if I go play from here, and if I click 1, 2, 3, F1, F2, F3, okay, so F2 is the unlit mode. So you can see that this floor or the ground is quite big, so I can kind of go from there. Or another approach can be, instead of using a BSP brush, we can use the terrain editing tool, which is called the landscape mode. So I'll delete, or I won't delete this, I'll go to landscape. So you can see this entire landscape comes, and we'll use this default parameter. So here we have the number of sections, so how big or small we want. So this is a 7x7 grid, 15x15 grid, or a 255x255 grid, which is ginormous. Obviously don't want that. We'll go for something small. 15x15 sounds good for our beginning scale. Alright, and that's our section squad. Number of components is basically in every square that you are seeing here. Sorry, So there are 8 components and the overall resolution. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this is 15 by 15. 15 by 15 is your normal square, and quads basically means this entire. So you have an individual square of 15, whereas 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which basically means the number of components. So an individual quad will have 15 by 15 specification multiplied by 8. That is the number of component. So if I take this to 12, you can see this grid is elongated. We don't want that much. I think 8 by 8 is good for the time being. And if I want more, I can edit more later on. I guess this is a good start from where we want to go. So also you can, elongate it or put it less, like however you want, wherever you want. So I'll just, and you don't have to worry that this has to be above the floor, because the floor is just a reference at this point. Okay, so material, I'll see if there is any grass material. There is, and the shaders are compiling, right? And let's create, click on create. So right now you see something that's completely, and also now you can see the shader. So this big blue thingy that has, or white thingy that has come up to my screen is basically the terrain editor. So I can just, create big mountains and sculpt them. Obviously we are not doing any of that. So I'll just go to the normal geometry mode, and I'll bring up my floor a bit. And my mannequin as well. Okay, so I guess this is a big start. I can delete the floor. So you can see it's quite a big map, and this is our little guy here. So I'll just go here, click on the map, and since we're focusing on the first island, I'll click Alt Z. Okay, I'll click Control print screen for the time being. Right, I'll go to paint and I'll copy paste this. So this map will act as a reference for me in the future. So I'll save it as a PNG image. Main map. Okay, so that's our main map done. I'll close the task manager. Okay, so this is our main map right now. We can see like how it's kind of like an egg shape, not completely, but kind of like that. And you can see this is where we came from, the pier, the cathedral, the main park, which is basically like a trapezius or a trapezoid, however you want to call it. Basically, a multi-edged cuboid basically, and some boring buildings along the lines, and this main road, which will be we have to create something nice. Okay, so this is the main park. So let's start with the pier first. So if we go from perspective, we click on top, and from wireframe mode we go to unlit mode. We can basically see where we are, and where's our little guy? Yeah, there he is. So this is our little mannequin that we placed. So I'll place him somewhere over here, and I'll see okay, so this much distance from the base makes the pier. So I can say that this is a good spot to make the pier, right? So let's just keep the guy here, and pier will be a bit lower than the normal street level. and this is the road and everything. So okay, so here few buildings here, so I'll just click on geometry box, and I'll just okay, I'll click on perspective. Where's our little guy? Okay, there he is. Okay, I'll just click on box, drag drop, right? Let's give 1,000, 1,200, sorry, 1,200, and for height we'll do 700. 700 is okay. So it's almost like 3 stories tall. Let's give a bit higher, so let's give 1,400. Okay, so that looks good. These are just the references that I'm building right now. So okay, we have one building here. So the cathedral is there, the pier is there. So just for reference sake, this kind of acts as a landmark for where the pier will be. 1, 2, 3, 4 buildings are there. So I'll copy this, rotate on the x-axis 90 degrees, and it doesn't matter in which direction you do. So this is basically a cuboid. Okay, so and it's lower than the pier, so let's just go here. Okay, I'm in the texture editing mode right now, so I'll go to geometry editing mode. Okay. Okay, another copy of this. Here, and another one here. Rotate it again 90 degrees. Don't worry about it, it doesn't look perfect. Okay, so this one is smaller, so we'll just okay. Okay, there we go. And this is basically a small L-shaped building. I'm not doing one by one comparison, but you know, we can do later on. So another building is there which is connected. Alright, so this is quite a big building. Okay, we'll just click here and here, elongate it a bit. Okay, then click here and here. Okay, okay, and we'll copy and paste this, and $90 degrees, kind of bring it in shape. And we're not worried about any you know, symmetry or anything at this point. We're just building stuff just to get the idea of what the level looks like. Okay, so these are the main file buildings here. I'll just add another one. just copy and paste this here. Okay, great. Maybe drag it a bit here because the entrance is quite small. Okay, this works. So now you can see that the base is building, like we know, like, you know, how this can structure. Okay. And we have 3 buildings on top. Obviously the cathedral requires a ton of modeling, so I'll just place something. I'll rotate it at a 45-degree angle, 40-degree angle. That looks good. Yeah. Okay, and I'll shorten it a bit. Looks about right. Okay, and then copy paste again. These 2 buildings are, you know, almost at the same, you can say, in between the same parallel lines, that no building is ahead or forward than the other, so I have to look at that. And this building is going a bit there. Okay, again, this is not one-to-one reference. Some changes will be there. Another L-shaped building, so what I can do is copy, sorry, I had this selected. Okay, this and this, copy, paste, go here. Mostly this is a different circle, so I'll go here, bring it here, I'll bring this here, and this is definitely smaller than this, so I'll zoom in a bit. Alright, and these 2 buildings are of the same length. Click on both of them and scale them down a bit. Looks good. And press space, change that angle a bit. 20 degree seems okay. So there are 3 gizmo tools basically. One is you can move the meshes. This is the rotating thing, and this is the resizing thing. So you can resize a particular mesh on the X, Y, or Z axis. You can either elongate it or you can shrink the mesh. Alright, so I guess this looks fine in comparison to the main, map. Okay, let's go and click play from here. We'll click F2. So okay, now we'll start. Okay, so this is where the game starts for Mr. 47. Okay, so we'll Alt tab to Hitman 2 right now, and we'll run to the starting point. Obviously I don't want to run too much, otherwise the mission will end. Yeah, so this is where we are supposed to be, right? Alt tab again and into Unreal Engine 4, press F11. As you can see, there are a few things that are different. That is, the buildings kind of look claustrophobic, whereas here you can see the buildings are like quite well spaced apart. You can see that the road is quite wide, and in between the 2 buildings there is quite a large gap, like this much. So I'll have to see that, because in my version, if you go here, like from one building to another, you can take like 15-20 steps. In the game's version, it's almost like 40 steps. Okay, and there's also some walking area here. And also we have to make sure one thing, that the maps are basically like a 2D rendition, or basically a bird's eye view of the main map. So it's quite accurate. There might be a few changes here and there, but you can see that there's quite a large amount of space that you can run and jog and do a lot of stuff. Okay, we'll just stay here. Let's say this is the center for our pier. Pause here, Alt tab, and now we can get the idea. Okay. So now, as you can see, that we might have to increase our landscape size a bit, because in this version this does not look good. Like, buildings are quite close to each other instead of far apart, so I might need to extend the landscape area. So overall resolution, location, scale. But if I increase the scale, so I'll do, for example, 150, 150, and 100 for the z-axis. Okay, I'll go to the top perspective again. This looks okay, but as you can see in the original map, the area is not that wide. It's more of a rectangle, if you can kind of make a shape. But here it's more of a square, so we might need to do something. And this, obviously these edges can be hidden, so it's not a hard and fast rule. 100 is quite small. Yeah. So 150. Okay, the scale will go evenly, I guess. And we can lock it. But okay, 150 is a bit too much. Let's do 120. Okay. Hey CJ, hello, how are you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Okay, so we have this area, and the buildings are basically touching the edges of the map, all of them. Again, we can do something nice and creative and make a reimagination of this map by not making it an island but a complete proper park. Okay, so I'll go to perspective view, right? Okay, and I'll click play from here, F3. Sorry. Okay, so let's count the number of steps. So if here is where 47 steps off the... Hey, thank you for the smiley face, welcome. So if here 47 steps off the pier, so number of steps taken to reach this building. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, Alt tab into Hitman 2. Okay, we have to be careful that both the games have a different walking speed. So we'll go from here to that building right now and count the number of steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Again, both the speed of the character is different, so the number of steps is not an accurate measurement, but a good idea basically. And again, this pier can be pushed back a bit, so what I'll do is I'll delete this, and for geometry I'll add a linear scale, right? 2280 degrees. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess 5 steps should be over here, I guess. Okay. So number of steps. Alt tab into Hitman 2. Hopefully I don't end the mission. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11 is this one. So 1 plus Ken plus 1, right? So number of steps is Ken, that's okay. Step length, alt tab into Hitman again. Quite normal. Width is the main issue. So again in Hitman 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would say 8 squares. So 8 times the width is 1600. Okay, that's quite big. But looks normal, I'd say. Yeah. Okay, so 1600 for this. We can increase the step length a bit for 45. 35. 35 is good. Okay. We can put it down. We'll go to our landscape editor and we'll change the brush size to something really small. We'll press shift and then start to sculpt. So basically what I'm doing right now, so basically what I'm doing right now is, you know, bringing the bringing the landscape down. Oh, okay. Again. Okay, let's do one thing. Fall off. Okay, tool strength is this much. Okay, so shift and the scares are emergent. I can increase the or decrease the fall off a bit, or increase it and increase the tool strength. Okay. Mm, 180 is okay. Yep. I'm not worried about anything that is beyond this level. Okay. This is okay. This is okay. Okay. Okay, we'll go to geometry mode and this looks okay. Okay, so what I'll do now is pull another box, but this time I'll make it small So basically I'm adding a platform. Similar to what you can see on the main bridge. So I'll put it here. Elongate it a bit. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is greased up. Maybe bring it here, right? And this appears to be flushed. Me when I throw a paper ball to a trash can. Yeah, a lot of trial and errors required. Okay, so let's just click here and see. That's about the same. I'm actually building the base that you are seeing over there, so it's quite similar to what I have built. Alt tab again, and I guess this is fine, so we can playtest it. F2, number of squares, maybe extend it a bit. So I'll click on this edge and extend it slightly. And the good thing is I'll just copy it and move the same thing over here. Oopsie. Alright, now we go to the landscape tool and then we push the grass down. And voila. Obviously this area will be completely hidden because there is no grass and water, like a complete landmass like this. So I can completely remove this area altogether. So what I can do is increase the brush size and just put it down. And we don't have to worry about it since it will be underwater. Right, there's this part over here. Okay, this is okay. I can add the pillars here. This is also okay. Maybe bring it up a bit, and this appears fine. Okay, so we have our starting point figured out. Just one problem. Sorry. Brush size. There you go. Okay. Cool. Okay, so we have our starting point fixed. So we can go to recently placed. No. Volumes, player start. So yeah, so this is basically a player start volume, and we'll rotate it in the other direction and we'll start here. So if I click play and enable the lighting, every time the player will start here, just like how the Hitman 2 level starts. And this is the barge, like the pier, the base and everything. So now we'll count the number of steps. So okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15, again 15 steps. Okay, I need to space out the buildings a bit more, but it's coming together. Okay, so we'll also do one thing. So if here is the players, if here's the player's card, I'll copy this mannequin, press end so it snaps to this position, And if I press G, it's the game mode, so basically it removes all the icons. So I can just click here and full screen and press Control 1. So by pressing Control 1, this basically saves a camera position. So if I press 1, it automatically goes back to this position. So I can, you know, compare screenshots of the original game and my particular position where I'm targeting. So another position that I'm looking for is over here. So if I'll press end, move this guy back here, right, and we'll press escape. Okay, G, and we can go over here, and I'll do Control 2. So 1, 2, so 2 camera positions for me. If you go back to Hitman 2 right now, the second camera position kind of should be similar to this. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 beautiful buildings in front of me, the park edge, the columns, and the ledge for, you know, like against the river, the Kremlin, and the building. So this is the view I'm hoping for. Okay, let's go back to the game, and here we are. I'll press G again, F11, and we can go back to our editing mode. Okay, so one thing you can see is this building is quite slim. It needs to be a bit thicker. It's almost like half the length of the other buildings. So what I'll do is I'll click on this, and you can basically do an eye to eye, but I'll do this. Okay, so if I click on 2, press escape, full screen, alt tab. Now you can see that my building is a bit bigger than the Hitman 2 one. Okay, so I'll press F11 again. So I'll click on this. The scale is this much. Okay, you can adjust the scale from here as well. Right now I'm in the texture editing mode, or the material editing mode, so another thing can be done. So I'll just click on this side, click on the geometry editing tool, click on this face, and maybe put it a bit slimmer. I guess this should be okay. Yeah. And I'll do the same with all the other buildings. So I'll just do this. 1, 2. I'm just selecting them and clicking, right clicking. Obviously the player won't be able to see the behind of this building. So if I, you know, extrude it, you can see that, you know, you can only extrude a particular portion of the mesh in a particular direction. Rockstar game launches a new game, GTA 6. I have not heard any announcement for GTA 6, my man. I really don't know when it will come out, but hopefully it will come out when it's ready. Excited, yes, but not that much, just because you know how egregiously monetized the latest Rockstar games are. So I'm not really, you know, happy or excited, but okay, a bit, you can say. Okay, so I guess this works. So if I click on 1, 2, and go back. And these are the buildings that I'm making. I'm just blocking the map right now. So as you can see, this is the original map. These are the buildings that I've made. The park entrance, west side. The east side entrance. And the guards are fucking idiots. They're just looking left and right. And if I go here, these guys will just keep on following me. The AI is more A than I in this game, but it's fine. It's a good and fun game. Okay. And we're editing this building right now. So you know we can just do a 1-to-1 comparison. So this building is the tallest building here. So we can just copy and almost twice the length. Or maybe twice. So if it's twice, almost 3.5 times bigger than the original building. So 1, 2, 3, I would say, yeah. Okay. Now comes the part to change stuff. So again, geometry, I'll bring a cone here and a cylinder to just, you know, just making basic map marking skills. So the main building, that is the first block, will be rectangular-ish. This one. From the second one, you know, you can see the main craftsmanship or craftsmanship comes. Okay. Alt tab again. We'll start from the base. Second part. Okay, and in the map as well, you can see that this is not a, you know, complete square. So you have a rectangle, you have, you know, 1 and 2 you know, quadrilaterals, or on the two sides. The entrance is a bit jagged, kind of like a key shape. So we'll have to see how we can do that. Obviously modeling is not a part of this video, just the basic blocking. So alt tab again, and we can do one thing. I'll do this. Okay, this is the third block, sorry. So I'll just bring it here. Okay, and now geometry editing mode, click on the surface, extrude it a bit. Okay. Okay. I can delete this, place it here, and obviously it's more like a sand glass shape. So a big cylinder at the bottom, and then, you know, the other structure comes along. So I'll copy this here. Okay, what I can do is select all the points here. Okay, this doesn't work. Select half of them. Okay, and select the other half. Okay. And bring this down. Copy this. Rotate it 180 degrees. Bring it up. And this should align properly. It's a bit hard to see, but just a bit. Yeah, it's properly aligned now. So we'll click on 2 and we'll look from there. Okay. A bit close, not that tall. It's quite tall, I'd say. We can delete this one or not. Okay. Just bring it down a bit. Okay. This looks fine. And bring this wonderful cone on top of the structure. Press N to snap it. Here we'll press space and we'll just make it a bit bigger. Okay. Looks fine, I'd say. Okay, let's do control 3, 1, 2, and the music ended. Just a second. Okay. So we have how many? 1, 2, 3 supporting domes. It's kind of a complicated structure. It's not supposed to be the Kremlin, it is, but it's more like a church. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 domes, okay, at different heights. So I can just do this, and Alt Z. No. Copy. Wait. And just placing these random dome references. Oopsie, let's do Control G. So I've grouped this mesh together. Control Shift G, okay. Let's just do it like this. Okay, one is here, another is over here. You can put it down a bit so all the domes have a different length. 1 2 3 4 5, there's supposed to be 5, so another one. Let's delete this, copy this again, and then shoot it. Okay, so I'd say it's almost there. So here's the main pier entrance. This is the main street, and this is how the Kremlin will look like. Okay, let's go back to the game. Go back to the starting point. Okay, my towers are quite big. Let's give another reference. Yeah, my towers are way bigger. Okay, control 4, so 1 2 3 and 4. Alt tab again to the main game. Okay, let's start with the park boundary round. First, let's adjust the length of the streets, so they shouldn't be too big nor too small. So I'll go to top view, and this is my little mannequin boy. He's here. So let's just extend these guys a bit. Make one of these buildings over here. And we can do 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. We can push all these buildings a bit far. And bring this in a bit forward. Okay, I guess we are going somewhere now. Okay, let's go design the park. So 1 2 3 4 ways and a rhombus, or 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, but 1 2 3 4 5 6, wait, 1 side, 2 side, 3 side, 4 5 6 7 8. An octagon, yeah, so an octagon in the middle of the park. Okay, okay. Geometry, let's drop a box here. Yeah, okay. And let's elongate it a bit from the top. I guess this looks like this. Okay. Obviously I want to make the park a bit interesting as well. Okay, so this is in this line. Okay, so this comes here. So what I can do is I can go to perspective mode. Press Ctrl Z and rotate it. $40. Oh. And make another copy. $40. Put it inside. Okay, so okay, either we do this or we can do this. We can go here, click on this side, elongate this a bit. Alt Z, rotate it to 90 degrees. So basically an octagon is, you know, a cuboid with 8 sides, or you know, a quadrilateral with an 8 side, or a fucking 3D image with 8 side. So it should be a bit slim. And this is a very primitive way of making a fucking octagon, don't worry. You can make it way faster inside Blender. Oops. Okay, this looks better. Alright, Alt Z, 90 degrees here. Let's go to top view. So what I'm trying to do is copy a cuboid 4 times. So 1, 2 makes a plus, 3 and 4 diagonally makes a, you know, an octagon. So I'll select these two, again go to perspective mode, Alt Z, rotate these to 40-degree angle, and it should work, I guess, or no. Looks like a flower more than an octagon. So if you go to top, it looks fucking disgusting. Okay, not the right approach. Let's just select 1, 2. Oh wait, how many fucking sides are there? Okay. Let's just select this guy, copy him again. But I'll do the degree, change to 5 degrees, so it will be easier to for a 45-degree angle. So 45, 1. Alt Z again, and I'll be doing a 90-degree angle. Okay. Go from perspective to top, and it should work. Again, it's looking more like a flower instead of this. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas remastered premiere trailer PS4 PS5. Seriously? Oh, come on, dude, I don't believe this. GTA remaster? Okay, let me check. Upsy. GTA SA remastered. No, dude. I think that these are just mods or anything. Okay. I'm doing something wrong, so one. Okay, so this and this. Oops. So get this. Got it. What I'm doing wrong. Okay, so copy this. 45 degrees. But get it slim a bit. And push it to this side. Perspective. This is a really bad way to make a fucking rhombus. Sorry. Any figure for that point. Really unoptimized. I'll do this. 90 degrees. And now it should look something similar, I guess. Yeah, it is looking a bit similar, but not too much. Okay, I found the fucking reason why it's not looking. Okay, I found my error, what I'm making. Not the important part. The main circle is kind of in place. Okay. So, what interesting thing we can do with the park layout now? So the thing, I'll increase the camera speed a bit. So this is point 1, point 2, point 3 and point 4. So we'll make this 0.5. I'll show which area in the game. Oopsie. So we're back in Hitman 2. And the shape that I'm trying to fucking make is supposed to look like this. Basically like a main square, but as you can see the park is absolutely boring. Nothing but dead trees and a fucking building. And the thing is that this park isn't supposed to be special, but you know, I'm thinking of adding, you know, a proper walk trail, some bushes along the side, but dead bushes basically, since you can see that this entire weather is you know, it's not a snowstorm or a hailstorm, it's snowing in Russia. Fuck off. Okay, everybody's dead now. I can do my work. Just scroll casually. And how can we design this better? So this is the area. This will be the park border. main road and everything. Okay, so okay, let me go to this area. Okay, so this is a screenshot, right? I'll open this in Paint. Right, so what I'm thinking of in this park is basically, you know, adding some sidewalks here, oops, this is supposed to be diagonal, wait, adding some sidewalks here, a sidewalk here, sidewalk here, like, you know, something that connects the park, and a sidewalk here. This is the main square, basically, you know, and these are the reference images that I have. So I'm kind of looking at the lighting of the game to kind of look like this. This is also sunny, as you can see, like you can see sun and the shadows, but I think the most accurate lighting picture is this one. It's supposed to be an overcast day, so no shadows as such, but it's super bright because of the snow reflecting the light. So this is the light I'm aiming for, and this is the example of modern parks in you know, Russia. Not true exactly, but you get the idea. So, you know, there is no scope for bushes and beautiful flowers or anything. It's supposed to be cold, snowy, and a dry weather. So the trees will be looking like this. Also the bushes. Okay. Okay, let's go back in the game and let's do one thing. Let's go to top view and let's build a boundary for our map. So from this building, it's L shape or with an obtuse angle, 2 slants, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, got it. Okay, so this and this building should have a similar starting point. If I go here, okay, so geometry box, let's crop the box here. YouTube 666, why is that? Come on. Okay. Let's just bring it in a bit and stretch it a bit. Okay, this looks fine for reference. So I'm building this wall right now, these two. Copy this from here to here. Okay, these two are fine. I'll do one more thing. I'll increase the height, okay, before copying it. Again, very crucial to have actual mannequins inside so you can get an idea of the scale of reference. So right now this is a very short wall, so I'm thinking of something double this height. I'll just go here and I guess this is fine. Yep. Right, and I'll copy this here. Okay, so that's the east side of the wall cover. One more thing I can do is I can kind of make a reference column. Just so you know, I kind of know that. Okay, so this looks good. Okay, I can paste this here. Maybe extrude it a bit. Make it a bit thinner. I guess that's fine. Again, I'm not modeling everything one to one, just to get the references. Copy this here. So, okay, so again, let's do one thing. Yeah. Okay, so we'll go to top view, and now you can see that both the walls are kind of there. Okay, so I'll copy these. Strange, I'm not able to select these walls. Okay, let's go to perspective view. Alt Z, and let's go to this part. So this is how the wall starts from this end. So 1, 2, 3 columns. Alright. So another thing is that this wall starts at an angle of 45 degrees. So what we can do is go to top view, go to this side. So 90 plus 45 is 135, right? Right. So this makes this wall, it's a bit longer in length. So I'll move it over here. Move this over here as well. Alright. And this wall is straight. So I'll copy this. 135 again. Okay. Let's do a playtest. So this is how the wall is looking right now. Obviously the length is not that big, or maybe it's fine, but I guess it's okay. So if you go to Hitman 2 right now, you can see the wall is quite big. It's almost thrice the length of 47. So, and okay. Okay, here we go again. We go to perspective mode. I can copy this again and again. So that's 3 columns. As you can see, there is a slight gap here. We can just simply fix this by bringing this beautiful column from here, rotating it 135 degrees and then 90 degrees more, and we can just simply place it here. And we can push it back a bit so it's even, and make another copy of it over here. Alright, this looks symmetrical. This looks okay. Again, we'll go to the map, and this is a 45 degree angle, I'd say 45, 65-ish. Go to perspective, increase our camera speed a bit, copy these and move it to a 45 degree angle. Go to top view, so we know that it's almost in the same line. Kind of looks like it, I guess. And another thing is, this part ends kind of like 1/3 the way of the cathedral, right? But in my version, this part ends like even after the end of the cathedral, so obviously there's some spacing error that can be fixed. What we can do is push it here, go to geometry editing mode, we also have to make sure we can press the middle mouse button to see the distance. So it's almost 370 units, the distance between the gates, and the distance between our character is 140, so roughly 2.5. And let's see the distance between this and this. It's 300 and it's 340 here, and how much was it there? 320, 370 again. So you can also use the middle mouse button to kind of make an assessment of how far your metrics are. So 357, not quite close. Okay, what about now? 359, not even now. 383, a bit too much. 379. Okay, that works, I guess. Because we can work around with the area. So this part of the map is done. This. So we have to do these two sides. Just a minute, fellas. And we're back. Okay, so oopsie. So we have this wall to construct. Okay, and also you can see that, you know, the distances between the gates is not accurate. So this length is different, this length is different, this length is different, and this length is different. These three gates are almost, you can say, same size, but this one is the biggest. Okay. So first is the plain wall, almost of similar length, and then the joint comes. So 1, 2, whoops. Go to perspective view. So 1, 2, and 3. Top view. Alt and drag. So that was around 370-ish. This is 488. Makes sense. And again, we can move these buildings however we like. Okay, so this part is done. Then comes these two joints. So 25 degree to 15 degree bent here, then a very small bent here, then a straight line again. Okay, so we can do select these, Alt Z, rotate these at a small angle. 40 degree angle sounds fine. Okay, again Alt Z, but this time we are making this straight. So 15 degree bend, and I guess, yeah, looks alright. What we can also do is make these walls kind of smaller. As you can see that this is the largest wall, and these two are kind of like the same length. So we can go to perspective mode, right, and adjust the length of these walls. So we can go here, select this face, go to top, drag it in a bit. Same for this guy over here. Click here, click here, select this face, go to top, and drag it in a bit, right, and go to geometry. Okay, we can select these three sides and then bring it in. So now it kind of looks like the original, and the level layout is kind of coming together now. We can push these buildings a bit away, let's say over here. It makes sense because, okay, yeah, looks about right. And have a copy of this column, not this one, this and this. Oh, sorry, Alt Z over here. 500, it's a bit too large. 500 again. 400ish, it's fine. So okay, again in Hitman 2, so this wall is quite long and this is the longest wall, so we are building these two walls right now. Right, so we'll go to perspective mode, geometry editing, click on this, select this, go to top, this looks okay. We can select this part and kind of make the wall a bit equal-ish in length. Get out of geometry mode and drag this part of the wall, kind of straighten it a bit. Alright. Now you can see the challenge. This wall goes at a slant angle at here and it joins from this building to this building. Whoopsie. Okay, so this is quite a big wall, so it should joint over here. Alright, so we'll go to perspective again. Oops. Select this wall, go to top, and we'll drag it all the way over here. Yeah. Click on top, exit out of geometry mode, get this pillar over here. Copy this wall, rotate it at 90-degree angle. Right, and extend it a bit from this side. So what we can do is kind of make it like this, but extend it from this side and shrink it a bit from this side, or not so. Okay. Yep. So if we look from the top view, this is Hitman 2's map and this is our map. We're getting there. Obviously this part of the park is quite larger. Even this is because we haven't actually built the, you know, boundaries of the bushes or the walk path, or you can say, you know, the walking area yet, so we don't know exactly, but I guess it's coming The distance between these two buildings and the park gate is also okay. I need to pull these buildings out, say. Whoops. Whoopsies. Whoopsie. Not you and not you. Okay, so this area ends over here. This area ends here, okay. And this building is this building are quite close. Okay, got it. Yeah, I guess it's making sense. I can extend this building a bit. Increase my camera speed. Kind of protrude this building a bit from the back side. And we'll go to top view. Yeah. Userio, Jugeri, Main. What's this supposed to be, CJ? Okay, I'd say quite close to the rough blocking. Obviously, this is not grey boxing in any form. Like, it is almost, but not completely. Like, you know, this is the main map in the game, and this is the map where we are right now. I'd say quite close in terms of the block out stage, but still a lot of work to do because you know, first is just the grey boxing, and this is far from done. After grey boxing, it's you know, sending these assets to Blender, exporting them, and then working on them. So I'll know the shape, size, and structure of them, and then build the particular buildings apart from these angles. Kremlin will be a bit of challenge. I'll see how I can do this. Let's see. Then comes the park. The boundaries of the park are quite simple. Nothing too much to do on that. Main challenge will be, you know, how to make the you can say how to make the paths, roads, and everything. So a lot of landscape editing will be required. So yeah, I'd say for today we are done quite a good job. So let's save current project as Kirov Park. Whoopsie. Kirov Park meeting. Okay, so I'd say for today's progress it's quite good. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe next Friday I'd say I'll stream again with a bit more ideas on how to take this level further. I would say this will take a good month, maybe more than that, because my target is not making a level which is playable, but make a level that is beautiful to look at. So, you know, just having this island as the main focus, and you know, at the end make it look like this. So we're talking about the skybox, the clouds and everything, but obviously at 2020 standards, the street lights, the sidewalks, the snow, the particle system of snow, these railings, the skybox or the sky sphere for the outside world, the water, the jet ski or the boat, other assets like the dumpsters, the limousine, the fences, the trees, the benches, the trash bags or the trash cans. This broken wall needs to be a highlight, and the bridges as well. So this level will take quite a bit of work, but most importantly, it's more about finessing my workflow. So how I can actually basically make this level better. What are you not able to understand, CJ? So this is the sniping position. Obviously my main focus will be this part of the level, not the radio tower. This will be a background, but let's see how it goes. Alright, I'd say that's it for today's, ladies and gentlemen. So, thanks for joining. Whoever has joined the live stream, CJ, thank you very much for staying active, watching the live stream. Hopefully you have learned something in UE4, although my techniques are very bare bone and amateurish. But hopefully you enjoy the live stream, and hopefully in future the level comes into fruition. Well, I hope you guys liked the live stream, and it's your good bud Nell signing off for tonight. Hope to see you guys next week, and thank you everyone for joining. Good night and take care.